4 or 5 years ago, I was thumping my chest like, oh, look at us Yankees. We're the new kids on the block. We're here for good. And that did not happen. And I'm like tucking my tail. It's gross. What they've done is gross. And I'm grossed out of baseball as a whole.
White Sox Dave from Chicago Barstool joining us now. Great to meet you officially. Great to see you. I love your shirt. Sell the team. Is that what we're doing? That's the bulletin board?
This is the only support they get. I've gotten to the point, I was just telling them outside, where I don't even like wearing White Sox apparel merchandise of any sort because I don't want to incite conversation about that team right now. This even incites conversation because it's like, oh, these guys suck. I hate them. And it's like, yeah, I hate them too, but I don't want to talk about them.
All right.
But this is a statement right now.
Hold on. We have to talk about them. This is
White
Sox, right?
No, your name is White Sox Dave. What do you mean?
I am saving it for this conversation right here.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm nervous. See, listen, Jerry's a friend of mine, so
yeah, I know
he's going to do whatever he wants to do because he does own the team.
And, he's aware.
So seeing that shirt, I get it from White Sox fans, but he's also done a lot of good things around here too. Let's not forget.
Go on.
I've heard through.
I mean, he did win 6 championships with the Bulls.
Yeah.
And he did win one with the
30 years ago.
He's not White Sox Bulls. Yeah. He's White Sox Dave.
Won a World Series.
I know. I'm a Chicago fan through and through. I understand the 6
you.
rings with MJ and Scotty and Dennis and Ron Hart and all those guys. I understand 2005 it broke a 200-season curse in Chicago baseball. Thank you for that. But the last 20 years have been it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Like as someone who's kind of at the forefront of being a White Sox fan in media, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was thumping my chest like, oh, look at us Yankees. We're the new kids on the block. We're here for good. And that did not happen. And I'm like tucking my tail and it's gross. What they've done is gross. And I'm grossed out of baseball as a whole.
All right. White Sox Dave. Why would you sell them? What would you do if you own this team?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They could have doubled down last year. So when they fired Hahn and Getz Hahn and Kenny Williams last summer and hired Getz, he said he wanted Getz in there because he knows the organization. It's going to be a 1-year fix. It's going to be quick. Like he doesn't have a lot of time left. Jerry's speaking. He goes and guts payroll by 70, 80 million. We saw what happened with Texas a couple years ago. They doubled down after a bad year. They went out and signed Corey Seager, Jacob deGrom, a couple other guys, and World Series champions. Winning is not at the forefront of most ownership, their brains. And as players, as former players, I know you guys empathize with that.
Yeah.
There should be more Steve Cohens and more Los Angeles Dodgers ownership groups and not less of them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What do you say to this, though? What do you say to the White Sox that say back to you fans that say, come out to the games and we'll have more money to spend?
That's absolutely unfair. That's unfair. And everybody knows the stadium deal. I mean, this is all public record. Everybody knows that he's paying pennies to rent that stadium from the sports authority or the IFSA or whatever it's called. The fans don't matter to them. That if they hit that 2 million threshold, then they start paying taxes on the tickets. Winning is never at the forefront of Jerry Reinsdorf's brand. That's secondary. If it happens, great, but it's not there. The competitiveness is not there. It's disheartening as someone who loves the game of baseball to know that you care about winning more than the organization, the people in charge of building an organization care about winning.
All right, so who would you sign? If you were Chris Getz, what would your moves be?
On a macro level, when I heard him say we're not going to be signing Shohei Ohtani, there should be 30 teams competing for Shohei Ohtani's type talents of the world. Not one. Everybody knew where he's going.
We're not even going to try.
No, he said we're not even going to try. And I was standing next to Tom Ricketts last night at the Chainsmokers concert. I was, tipping back beers, of course. And I hate the Cubs. I detest the Cubs. I want to be like, what is going on with you guys? Why are you guys the last place? Because I don't want to ruffle feathers. But that's the entire time I'm sitting there trying to have fun at a concert. And I'm looking at, you guys are in last place. You're the Chicago Cubs. You should be the Midwest Dodgers. Using your financial might to bully all these little flyover cities like St. Louis and Cincinnati and Pittsburgh.
I don't want to ruffle feathers.
That's what they should be doing. That's what they should be doing. Am I wrong?
No,
and they don't.
Your buddy does have a Cubs hat on over there. So
yeah,
they hang out together. You see, I don't hang out with
contractually obligated.
I don't hang out with Cub fans.
I only do when I have to.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Right now, the White Sox are in the conversation because everybody wants to pick apart their team to get the guys that are buying.
Yep.
So that being said, who would you build your team around? Are you keeping Crochet? Are you keeping Fetty? Are you keeping Luis Robert Jr.? Who are you building your team around?
So I watched Garrett Crochet pitch, and that is a guy that has absolutely nothing going on in his brain other than get the ball, throw the ball, and get outs as quickly and as efficiently as possible. That is an ace of that's a left-handed like Justin Verlander.
It's actually an amazing thing to have going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good.
You watch him, he just gets the ball. He's like,
one,
oh, he's like a big dumb hillbilly. Like, and I say that in a good way.
I love that kind of pitcher.
That's the exact type of pitcher you want anchoring your rotation. And we're talking about trading that. That is someone who should be a stud for you for the next 10 years. And you're talking about trading that? What? That's a guy you want to keep. Am I wrong?
I think Fetty's the perfect.
Fetty's awesome too.
Yeah.
And if they wouldn't have traded Cease, that's a nice little 1-2-3 punch right there. And you're talking about turning this thing around as quick as possible. There's a start right there.
Yeah,
Instead of guys that might be okay, of course they will. That's the issue. Why is money taking precedent over winning? I don't want to hear money anymore. Like, oh, COVID, like it hurt our money, our finance. That hurt everybody.
Yeah.
Like the entire world was
didn't hurt the
by
Dodgers.
That. I don't think it hurt any baseball team. Actually, they'll say it did.
There's
but
not
I
a
don't actually
baseball
think
ownership group that cannot spend money. They choose not to spend money.
They choose not to spend money.
They can. They choose not to.
I was told that. So the way ownership worded the COVID losses. So it's just to make it a round number, say they're projected to make $100 million. Said they made $30 million that year. They didn't count it as a $30 million like in the green. They counted it as a $70 million loss. That's how they would word it in the media. Like, oh, we lost $70 million. It's like, no, you made $30 million. You just didn't make as much as you thought you were because it was, a global pandemic. That's the kind of games that ownership plays, and it just grosses me out as a whole.
What about a position player that you're building your team around?
Luis Robert's a perfect start there. You got an up-the-middle player that plays gold glove quality defense. Like he's kind of been okay, and he's still got an 800 OPS. He's walking at a 10% clip.
Still 26.
He's still 26. He's controlled for a few more years. Why are we talking about trading that? That is something that you keep.
You want me to give you Chris Getz's phone number? You can call him.
I would love to. No, and that's the thing. Like I hate crapping on Chris Getz.
Of course, I played with him.
I know you did, and I know you're in a weird position too, considering you're in media.
Well, they fired me, so we're good now.
No, I know that. And I appreciate you and Ozzy. They fired you, but like you say what's on your mind, and that doesn't that's
why this
the fan
show
base
works,
appreciates that.
All right, I got so many questions for him. All right,
and that was the one thing. It's like, oh, at least they got good food.
Yeah.
Proudest moment as a White Sox fan?
05?
Oh, stop it. Oh, I thought you meant just talking to him.
Yeah, well, that too. That's
Did Josh Paul drop that ball?
Yes, of course. Why do you think I ran? Of course
he dropped it, yeah.
I mean, you can't.
Were you ever teammates with him?
He played, actually was, yeah.
For a minute,
not
probably,
not here, though, in Arizona Fall League.
Okay.
I was freshman in college,
great
nuts for that.
I mean, 2005, that was 20 years ago.
It was.
Scotty Pods.
Yeah. Are you gonna be one of the people, like, because the White Sox are gonna milk the 05?
Oh, that's the thing though. Like I love that team. That, like, I'm a Bears fan, Bulls fan, like Hawks fan. Obviously, that team is special to me, and it's my '85 Bears, and like even then, in hindsight, they built that team how they've tried to keep building teams, and I think that even you would have to say that lightning, you guys caught lightning in a bottle. Everybody stayed healthy.
But we also had
it was a perfect blend though.
It was a perfect mix of people, right? So it was a perfect mix of everything coming together. Guys that you weren't counting on had career years, which is usually what happens when you win. Mm-hmm. Cliff Polite, and guys like that just
Bobby
came
Jenks
out
mid-season.
Yeah. I mean, we had 3 closers that year.
I was going to say, who was your closer that year?
Hermanson.
Well, it started out with Shingo Takatsu.
Yeah.
The Frisbee.
Yep. See? And then we went Hermanson, and then we had Jenks at the end of the year.
That's right.
So we had 3 different closers. We had
at the 10-year anniversary at Sox Fest, which they don't even do anymore because they're afraid to.
They're bringing it back. They're bringing it back.
We will see.
They'll have it because it's a 20-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah, because they can milk that. That's true. That's true. So of course they will. Of course
they can make money off that.
Yeah, they can make money off that. Like if I were you guys, like you're a White Sox fan. I listen to the show and everything. Yes. I know you're a White. Is that like I know obviously Frank is and Ozzy obviously, but are all 25 or more from that team? Are they all like Sox fans? Would you say?
I don't know that they all are. I mean, because a lot of guys played for a lot of different teams.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I know Rowan is, Freedy is, a lot of Burley, obviously.
No one would say no to that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love if you guys just said, fuck off.
Did anybody, you don't even have to say the name, did anybody have the burn the bridge or a falling out with
We haven't had it yet. It's next year. We'll see.
I'm saying, do you think anybody would say no to an invitation back that you can think of? You don't have to mention them.
I can think of a couple.
Okay. Is there anybody that wouldn't be invited?
No, he'll be invited. He would have to. That would be a way to piss off the fan base.
There would be nobody that wouldn't be invited. Nobody
I'm just thinking
was
of
nobody.
Some former Red Sox teams that there's some folk,
I know that. Yes,
there's
obviously.
some folk that are not.
No, there would be nobody
back.
that would not be invited. Everyone gets along, and everybody. That's not a
good.
Yeah, but there was something that it was at the 10-year anniversary. Aaron Rowan was. They have the little symposiums where the players talk, And he's like, there was Japanese-speaking players, obviously Spanish-speaking players on the team, obviously Americans speaking English. He's like, there was a bunch of languages going on. Then there's Aussie speak. No one understands what language he's speaking. He's like, but on any given night, there'd be 20 of us out to dinner, bar hopping, whatever. And he's like, we all spoke the language of baseball, and we all loved each other. And that resonated with me.
That's fun.
Like, you didn't see that with this past core at all.
What? So you never answered the question, though. All right. Free agency this year. There's a lot of free agents. Who would you want to sign? Who? Who do you want to sign?
I mean, Sale's a free agent. Obviously, that bridges
flame on. That's not happening.
But there's some this year's free agent classes. I don't know off the top of my head, but
we all talk to
pitcher. Do you want pitcher or do you want a hitter?
They need offense.
Okay.
But I know what they're going to do.
But if you trade Crochet and Fetty, then you need pitching.
I want them. I want a glutton of an excess, a surplus of talent where Colson Montgomery and his 35% K rate in AAA right now in Charlotte, he has to earn that position, and he's not just handed that position. And that goes for everybody.
But that's the problem with the game today. They're bringing up guys from the minor leagues that don't have the experience just to get them up to the big league level because they don't have to pay them.
I think that's going to – I wouldn't be surprised if he's up after the deadline even. And he hasn't earned that promotion, in my opinion, thus far. But, I mean, I have heard that they are going to be slashing payroll again next year. They lose a lot off the books, so they're going to be signing players.
Here's some of your guys. Here's some of your options.
Okay.
If you're not going after Ohtani, you're probably not going after Juan Soto, but he is a free agent. Alonso from New York. Willie Adames from the Brewers. Hoskins. Christian Walker. Santander. Corbin Burns.
Bregman,
who's probably not going to sign long-term.
That's a lot of
Houston.
really good players right there.
Yeah.
That's a start.
That's
you just named 5 or
team.
7 players right there, and I know that the White Sox will not be on a single one of them, and to me, that's an issue.
They did try though. They tried.
Oh yeah, they tried.
They tried with Harper Machado.
Yeah,
allegedly.
they sure did. They sure
You also have to want to. You also, if you're a player of that caliber, you have to want to play in that city and for that team.
See, that's another thing.
So you have to. I would imagine, as you guys would know far better than I, if you have your choices of where I'm going to go as a free agent, what makes the White Sox appealing?
It's not high up.
So tell me why.
And it's
why
not.
Is it
it's
not.
It's not because of the fans. It's not anything like that. Well, I mean, it's just that the fans are frustrated, rightfully so. But it's like, why would you want to go play in front of 7,000, 7,000 to 10,000 when you can sign for the same money and play in front of 25,000 a night? Why would and
but
be
it
in a
also
playoff
didn't
race?
always used to be that way.
True.
But that's
Chicago.
we saw the Lurie Garcia game a couple years ago. Another blackout game in 2022 was it right? 2022.
It's not far to say people show up for playoffs, and they show up great for playoffs.
Yeah.
White Sox
in
great.
06 they averaged 35K a game the year after.
Yeah.
I mean, if you build it, they will come.
Yes.
Obviously, that stadium and that part of you're a Chicago guy too. You're born and raised here, so you get it. It's not a hangout area. It's not Wrigleyville, and it's not gonna unless the team's good. Unless there's a reason to go and watch a team, there's not going to be fans there.
All right, so 2 things. One, we did a poll a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you were on along.
Yeah, I was.
They polled players, and the White Sox were the least desirable place to go. I mean, it was Oakland, Chicago. You're like, Chicago's awesome in the summer. So what are the White Sox? Again, I'm not around every day. So what are they doing? And I don't know how to fix that part of it. What do they do that every other team doesn't do?
That's what I don't understand. You played for the Cubs for a few minutes. And like I said, born and raised here. if you're on the White Sox, you don't have to live in Bridgeport. You can live right here and experience Chicago in the summer and the greatest summer city in the country and all that just as easily as if you play for the team 8 miles north or whatever it is, It's
just a little bit of a different experience. It's one thing to be in the Wrigley and like to see all the Cubs jerseys or something, and then like, I get to go to work there. And it's like you're like leaving the party to go to work because nobody really goes to the South.
You spent a ton of time in the AL Central, so you played against the White Sox a ton.
But I loved it because I loved going there because then I would have family and friends, and it's like, but they'd also get to come down to the fifth row because nobody was there.
Mm.
Yeah, but when I was there, we got pretty good fans most of the time, almost every year.
Again,
we would average 20.
They were always
good,
good,
though.
though.
Still good, though.
Yeah, we were still trying.
Still trying. You and Paulie and all these. It was a fun team.
So then, what do you do? Because you can't.
You got to try.
You have to win.
No, but okay. So I'm going to go
games.
counter argument. If you're the White Sox organization, what do you do? Because you can't build anything like Wrigleyville and Bridgeport. They won't let you.
No.
So you have to move your stadium. Do you go to Arlington? Do you go
down the street? Yeah.
But what if the Bears say we want that?
From what I understand, the Bears are back in Arlington as of a couple.
Take Soldier Field. That place. Yeah. No offense to the Soldier Field. Have you tried to go to a game there?
It's the worst place on
earth. It's the worst.
It's the worst place on earth.
But if you were a fan, would you rather go to Soldier Field than to where the White Sox are?
Well, of course.
Oh,
that's my thing. You'll get
Soldier
more
Field's
fans.
so bad that I actually might rather go to Bridgeport. That's how bad Soldier Field is.
True.
What am I missing here? Because I've
if you go to a Bears game,
been to Guarantee Rate Field. Is that what the hell it's called now?
Yeah.
I enjoy the park. I think it's a great park. I mean, what's wrong with the area?
There's nothing to it.
It's boring.
It's
boring. It's in a family neighborhood. There's not like a bar scene.
I mean, I get it's not Wrigleyville, but not many places are.
When the game's over, you're getting in your car and you're leaving.
Yes.
Is it unsafe?
No.
The teams want you to. Although someone did get shot there last year. Was it last year?
It's closer to the unsafe areas than
that was
Wrigleyville.
kind of brushed under the table.
I know. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
But so, like, every team wants the Battery in Atlanta.
I get it.
Every team wants Ballpark Village in St. Louis.
Let me ask you this then. It maybe I'm answering my own question here, but there's nothing to do around Dodger Stadium. They packed that place, but the team is very good. I understand, but they didn't always have Ohtani and Freddie and all that stuff. I get it.
I don't know.
Dodger Stadium around it is boring as hell.
True.
And it's very difficult to get in.
I think you're arguing the exception to the rule, though. As a whole, I mean, they're the Dodgers. They're the West Coast Yankees. They're going to fill it no matter what.
They're not the West Coast Yankees.
It's hard to get in and out of there, too.
They're the Dodgers. Actually, I like that.
Do not talk about the Dodgers in front of Alana. She will cut you.
I like that. I like that. That is true. That's a fair rebuttal, but I don't want a lack of fans to be the excuse for a lack of wins. Don't blame the fans for.
No, I don't. I never blame the fans.
I'm talking about like baseball.
I feel badly for
Soldier Field's out for a stadium.
Mm-hmm.
The South Loop where they've talked
over here,
or like Arlington. Yeah. Now, what if there was at one point they were talking about moving like Schaumburg, which would be north of the Cubs? So would they be the north side team and the Cubs would be the south side team?
That's why, I there is something to me about that south side culture. I'm not even from the south side. I'm from the West Burbs. But if you like the 78, the neighborhood they're talking to in the South Loop over here, you could still get away kind of with calling them the South Siders. Yeah. And you have that skyline view and everything that.
It'd be one of the better backdrops of a.
So if you're from the West Burbs, what drew you to the White Sox versus
my
the
dad's
Cubs?
from the South Side.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Grew up down the street from the stadium.
All right, magic wand, really quick, Dave, before we let you go. Fix it.
I wish I had that magic wand. I don't. They needed when they fired
Portnoy to buy the team.
I would love
there
to
you go.
run it.
By the way,
he's the richest guy I know, and I don't think he's even rich enough to buy the team. He could start a group, and he's so competitive. He would spend money like that, like Steve Cohen. He would want the White Sox.
Well, he would just
because that's his name, that's his legacy. Yeah. He would want those championship banners.
Call him up. Let's go.
I would love to. He'd listen to you. He won't listen to me. He would listen to you, though.
Tell Portnoy and Miss Peaches to start following my foundation. And please, from the bottom of my heart, tell Dave thank you for being such a proponent of rescue. That's massive.
I know he's got to go.
Too.
But why does he online? He kind of takes shots at you. Is that a thing?
All the time, yeah. He likes having his little punching bags. And
you're one of them? You're okay with that? You're you're South Sider. We stand up to that. We don't take that. Why don't you fight back?
He's the boss.
The paycheck.
Yeah. Paycheck's on the line. Same reason. I don't know. Did you go up to? I bet. Was there any? Because I know Ozzy and Ozzy's family at this point. But was there any? Did you guys ever get into it in the dugout?
Who, Ozzy and I?
Just players and Ozzy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that I feel like that bred success probably.
Yeah, we would tell Ozzy he was an idiot, and he'd tell us we suck.
Yeah.
And then we'd laugh about it later.
And then go and win a baseball game.
I told many times on the show that there was more times where I had to go into the clubhouse and there was a fight, like in the manager's office with coaches, front office, owners, players in his office. And then afterwards, everything was like, oh, we're good. But we would at least just yell it out and move on.
And move on.
Winning cures everything.
Yeah.
You guys would win.
I miss those years, man.
That's when you won.
I wish we could turn the page on them. It was awesome, but like, get that again. Recapture that. It doesn't have to be that barren, desolate wasteland that it is right now. It really doesn't. It doesn't.
You need a hug, don't you? You need a hug.
It ruins my summer. It ruins my summer. It ruins my summer.
You shouldn't let it because it's beautiful out there.
It's beautiful.
I can't. Well, I'm attached. I can't get up right now.
Thank you. I'm sorry that
thank you guys for having me.
Bummed.
Thank you for letting me vent. It was like a therapy session.
I was gonna say you got on our couch and you let it all out.
Yeah, like
thank you.
Just close.
See you next week, same time.
Same time. Yep.
That's $500.
I was about to say $500 an hour.
We got good health insurance. I think that covers it. Thanks to Portnoy.
All right.
Thank you guys.
No, man.
No, that was awesome.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate you. Thanks so much.
We're looking to get some work done wherever it is, below the belt, nose hairs, the whole deal. Manscaped's got you covered. Also, in the shower, even your boxers can be silky smooth with Manscaped. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the way to go. And the star of the show is the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra. It's a 5th-generation trimmer with 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads. There's the standard one, and then there's the new foil blade. Also, LED spotlights, and it is all waterproof, baby. So I know, actually, we've had quite a few in the chat say that they are big Manscaped fans. So if you don't have any Manscaped products and you want to check it out, you use the code FOUL, FOUL, 20 for 20% off and free shipping, because they'll throw in 2 free gifts for that Performance Package 5.0. There's the boxers. You keep everything together in the Shed travel bag, which I sometimes bring to Todd Fathers just to put on the desk. He said it was weird. I'm not going to do my Manscaped grooming at my friend's studio. So I do that at home, but you also have the Buff Bundle, signature silicone scrubber, the body wash, the whole deal. So join the 10 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer, 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use code FOUL20, FOUL20. We all have a little Manscaped product action with us.
Can you look up to the ceiling real quick?
Sure. Wait, I want to make sure that we come back.
Look at me, though. Higher.
Oh, check me out.
Yeah, your nose hairs are good. They're
fine. Good?
Yeah,
all right.
You did a good job the other day.
Thanks, Manscaped.
You did.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.